Why is it that people appear so squeamish when we discuss the need for financial compensation to be included in a comprehensive reparations plan for Black people? A militarized future is not a racially just one. So why don't we just reallocate the money into a reparations fund that we know will help Black people experience recovery and in turn create a better world? Cities spend tens of millions of dollars on lawsuits over police violence and killings. You, as a resident of your respective city, are paying the bill for violent police misconduct, which is, again, a direct evolution of enslavement in the U.S. So as a taxpayer, if you're forced to pay after the state brutalizes or wrongfully kills a member of your community, why not pay a tax to ensure and build a future where not one more incident of police violence occurs? Why not pay a tax to remedy the harms that the state committed, which ultimately threatens the well-being of us all? Reparations are feasible and have been implemented in many cases before. Don't let detractors and the naysayers limit this discussion to one thing or another, pitting them against one another. We really need to be discussing all forms of repair, given the centuries of harm enslavement and its racist vestiges have inflicted on the Black community. Remedies have to go past just monetary considerations, because really, a check can only effectively treat the racial wealth gap. And our problems are so much bigger than that. We can't remedy gender-based violence and maternal mortality experienced by Black women the same ways we would remedy harms experienced as a result of the racist enforcement of the war on drugs, or a lack of education curriculum that details the real story of racial segregation in the U.S. It's the same way you wouldn't treat a tear in your shoulder the same way you would treat a broken arm. We paid DC slaveholders for their loss of human property, the only reparations paid for the institution of chattel slavery. We paid Japanese Americans, among other benefits. State governments in North Carolina and Florida paid victims of forced sterilization in the Rosewood Race Massacre. So if there are other reparations programs administered have included some form of payments, shouldn't that option be on the table for descendants of enslaved Africans? We have a lot of catching up to do to make the remedy as holistic and as proportional to the harm as possible. What steps are people actually willing to take beyond their statements that Black Lives Matter? We need proposed solutions. And once our elected officials and other non-state actors recognize the dignity and humanity of Black people, reparations will be possible.